I don't know.
What Poland is.
As I said, I'm not a representative of the government. I actually don't know the answer. Just don't know the answer to that.
What is, in your opinion, should they?
No, I think that the United States and Poland should work it out like two friends. Poland is one of our great allies. If they believe they need help, we should take that very seriously.
Is it right that Iran was not invited to this conference?
I mean, I didn't organize the conference. I don't know, but I heard that, and I think that makes sense.
Why?
Why? Because Tehran can't be believed anyway. They make a big spectacle of being here. They haven't told the truth in 39 years. Why do we expect they're going to show up here and tell the truth? They lie about the Americans they've killed. They lie about their sponsorship of terrorism. They lied about enriching uranium several times and were caught, made fools out of the inspectors in the past. Rouhani bragged about it in his book. I don't see any useful purpose there'd be to have Iran here just to spout a group of lies.
You're not an official representative, but you do work for the president. Is it appropriate to be here weighing in on a foreign policy issue like this?
Well, as far as I can tell, I'm a free citizen of the United States. I'm not a government official. I have my own views. Everybody knows that. I have no obligations, of an official kind of the government, except as a loyal American, and I have a right to my viewpoint. Plus, it's a viewpoint that I've expressed continuously for 11 years, so it's not something new. In other words, when the president retained me, this was already part of my history, already part of public statements I made, probably very little different that I said today that I haven't said 5 years ago when I spoke to this group, or 8 years ago, or 3 years ago.
Does the president know you're here?
I mean, I've done these before and he's seen it. I don't know that he knows I'm here right now.
Does he support your statement? Does he support your views on Iran personally?
It doesn't matter. He's my client. I have a lot of clients. A lot of them support my views, a lot don't. I'm not here on behalf of the president. I'm here on behalf of myself, as I would have been here 3 years ago, if this were 3 years ago, before I represented him, and as I will be here a year from now when maybe I'm not representing him.
Since we're talking about the president, do you believe that the investigations into Trump will end if and when the Mueller
I'm not going to discuss, in order not to create that, I'd be happy to answer that, but in order not to create that confusion, I'm not going to answer that now. I'm not going to answer any questions about that. I'm here for one purpose, to talk about why this conference should focus on Iran, and that's all I'm going to address.
I have a question about if American politics from Iran is good from Russian. It puts Iran to the hands of the Putin. Do you agree with this?
You mean American policy isolating Iran will push them in the hands of Russia?
Yes.
Well, let them support Iran. They'll bankrupt Russia. Russia's economy is not doing very well anyway. I mean, the Iranian economy is doing worse. That'd be like the blind leading the blind. I mean, you got one country whose economy is in tatters, Russia, trying to help another country that's going bankrupt. That should be really good. And, China supports Iran. A lot of good that's doing. People in Iran are starving. I have pictures of people selling their organs in order to be able to feed themselves. You think those protests are happening because things are just hunky-dory in Iran? Those protests are happening because people are starving. And they're saying, how the heck can we be starving? And they're spending 60% of their budget on terrorism abroad rather than on us in Iran. So, yeah, I mean, when you isolate a country that's a dictatorship, they tend to be supported by other countries that seem to like dictatorship. But that kind of ends after a while. I mean, look, I could give you plenty of examples of that. So, but if Russia wants to support Iran, let them spend their money on Iran. It's going to be wasted money for both of them.
Do you think that Iran can be successfully isolated if many of the European countries didn't send their high representatives to this meeting?
I think if the European countries followed their conscience and said, we can't do business with a despotic regime that is killing its own people, that's exporting terrorism to various parts of the world, and has even come on our soil in order to do bombings. If they would express their principle the way Albania did in throwing out the ambassador, I think this regime would end even faster.
So you said you have to mention about the president, man. Have you told the administration what anything you were here today?
I'm here in my private capacity. I'm not here having anything to do with the government. I separate the two things completely. I do many things privately. I'm still a private citizen, thank God. And therefore, inherent in being a private lawyer representing him, I have a whole other practice, just like other lawyers who have represented presidents. If I became a government lawyer, then I would have to give that up. But I'm not a government lawyer. I have tangential involvement. I'm not involved in the other policies. Have nothing to do with them. That's why I can't defend them or oppose them.
Just to confirm, so you won't be involved in the conference at all?
Absolutely not. No, I'm here just for this purpose, as I have been every time the UN takes place. We have a similar rally in front of the UN to point out their positions.